What is going on, guys? DBG here. In this video, we are going to be talking about the top 10 players for under 10,000 MT in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. So about a week or so ago, we made, well, a little bit longer than a week ago, we made like a top 10 under 5K. I'm going to try keep, I don't have any single player that was on both of the lists as far as I am aware. Maybe there is one player, but I don't think so. So guys like Sean, I personally would have Sean Kemp on this list, by the way. That's what I'm trying to say, is that Sean Kemp, I think, was number one on my under 5K list. He's still incredible for under 5K. Sean Kemp would be number one on this. Was he not number one on this list? He would be on the list. He wouldn't be number one, but he would be quite close. He'd be in the top 5 without question. Because Sean Kemp, an absolutely fantastic player in my team. But he's just not on this list because he's on my best under 5K list. So, anyway, now we are going to start off with number 10. At number 10, we got a good card, a little bit outdated, but he's good. So Donovan Mitchell, color Amethyst. I like him. I know some people aren't that high on the card, but for around 8K MT, he's got 18 gold badges. Sometimes you see him for quite cheap with extra badges. So you can see this one here, 21 golds. Let's see what this actually has, because if this is range, I will actually probably buy him. It does not have range, unfortunately. But yeah, so he's 6'1", which is a kind of downside. He's a half quick for a step. He's got all around decent badges. Does not come with range, unfortunately. But he's got silver Showtime or Posterizer. He's got silver Sniper, bronze Clamps, bronze Hotshot, and he has got 86 3 ball, 90 mid range, 85 free throw, 90 dunk. He's got good speed. He's got good ball handling. He's got really good speed, 94. He's 89 lateral quickness, so he's a pretty decent defender as well. Got a 6'10" wingspan. He's just an overall good player. A good release in base 4, and definitely a player for under 10K MT that most people should look at that point guard position. Again, there is a guy that is a good bit cheaper. That's a lot better in my opinion, but I mean, he's 5K. Like, this one actually is. This one has a good few extra badges. Let's have a look at these badges here. Does he have any key badges boosted? He's got silver steady, I guess. Say bronze steady. I don't really want them for this account, so I'm not going to buy his Amethyst, but that's a steal for anyone who wants to buy him for 5K. Now we're on to number 9. And this is a kind of weird one. And it's Brad Doherty. And he has got overall good stats, and he's just really underrated. My whole thing with him is that he's not a player that would suit me, but he's just objectively a good card in this game. Like, you're paying upwards, you're paying like kind of at the upper tier, around 9K MT for him. But for 9K MT, what you're getting is a 7-foot tall center who has got a half brick wall, half fearless finisher, half post spin ignition, gold drop stepper, gold dimer, gold rim protector, gold defensive leader, gold interceptor, gold intimidator, gold rebound chaser, gold post lockdown. He's got gold bailout, gold set shooter, gold special delivery. So overall, like, the guy's got a lot of decent badges. He's also got, if you look at his stats, he's got a great post game, great post and fadeaway. His 3 ball's not great. I'll be the first to say that he does not have a great 3 ball, but he's a good dunker. He's got not a great block, but decent enough interior defense. He's got really good speed and really good lateral. Like 82 speed, 80 lateral quickness. He's going to be a pretty decent defender, and he's just going to run the floor quite well. He's not a bad card. For this price, to get a mobile center like him that can score inside, he's like a more mobile Ewing type player, obviously with a little bit of worse block. Yeah, I don't think he's bad at all for under 10K. He's number 9. Then at number 8, we've got a guy that some people prefer to, not DeAndre Hunter. Some people prefer this guy to Mitchell, but for me, some people prefer Mitchell to this guy. I think he's better than Mitchell, but it's De'Aaron Fox. So De'Aaron Fox is not the most expensive card in the world. Like, a lot of the time you can pick him up for around the 5K MT. Let's see what price he actually is, because we actually saw a Mitchell for 5K MT. So he's a little bit over the 5K, but De'Aaron Fox, in my opinion, is just that little bit better. So he's got half quick first step, same as Donovan Mitchell. He's a little bit taller than Mitchell. He has got gold interceptor, gold hot shot as well. He's got gold bailout, gold downhill, gold stop and pop. Got silver clamps, silver ankle braces. He's got bronze handles for days. 6'3" point guard. He's got a pretty decent mid-range. A not great 3-ball, but in my opinion, Paul George release is cash, so he shoots the ball really well whenever I use him. He can get range as well. He's got only an 80 driving dunk, which isn't as good as a Mitchell, but it's still pretty nice, can't lie. He has got 88 ball handle. Perimeter defense and steal, pretty good. And that 97 speed is huge. He's got 97 speed, 89 lateral quickness, which is really, really good. And for me, when he came out, he was one of the best point guards in the game. Like, the way I play the game, he feels very, very similar to the Derrick Rose card. He feels very similar to Derrick Rose's Pink Diamond card. So, for me, the way I play the game, how much success I had with this card the few times I used him early on, I gotta put this guy quite high. So a lot of people don't like him as much as I do, but I really like De'Aaron Fox. But it's crazy how many good cheap cards you've gotten out. De'Aaron Fox is number 8 on the list. And the whole thing is that we can't talk about badged up De'Aaron Fox because you can't get ranged. Like, if you talk about badged up De'Aaron Fox and Mitchell, they'd be a lot higher. But you can't get them badged up for under 10k. So now we are on to number 7. Number 7 is another card that has kind of gone under the radar because he's in the cheap sets. It's Ersan Ilyasova's Ruby card. So this guy is like cheap Chris Bosh. Simple as. He is like cheap Chris Bosh. His price is around... Okay, so he's a little bit over 5k. I thought he was like 5,800. But he's around 7k. And for around 7k, what you're getting is a guy who can play at the center position, got okay length, a little bit small for center, but decent height for a power forward. He's got gold catch and shoot, gold corner specialist, gold post spin, gold heat seeker. He's also got gold rebound chaser, gold steady or blinders. He's got hot shot as well, gold. He's got flexible gold or sniper. He's got green machine as well, and he's also got silver range. Silver range is quite a big badge to have. As well as that, he's got no post game whatsoever, but he's got a really good 3-ball. He's also got really, really good rebounding and decent speed, like comparable speed to a Chris Bosh. So for me, he is like a extreme budget version of the likes of Chris Bosh and Brook Lopez. I still think I would go spend the extra amount on a Bosh or a Lopez, but if you guys don't have that MT, you want a range extender center who's relatively mobile, Ersan Ilyasova is that guy, and a player that I very much like for the 7k MT range, or 7k MT cost that he is currently going for. Now we're on to number 6, and I can't believe that this guy is at number 6. Like this guy came out maybe 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago on Friday, I reckon. But like CP3, color amethyst. See what price he's going for. Okay, so he's about 5,000, about high 5,000s. But like, this card's crazy. He's got everything. He's got everything. He's 6'3". He has got 39 golds, 9 silvers, 2 bronze, 1 Hall of Fame. Like, let's look at those gold badges, like gold clamps, gold range. He's got gold quick for his step. He's got gold flexible. He's got every single gold badge you need. He's only got silver steady or silver blinders, which is not ideal. But sure, look, if that's the literal only downside of this card. The card is fantastic. He has got a 93 ball, 92 mid-range. His one problem is another problem is he can't dunk. Like, if you're looking to dunk with a point guard, yeah, Chris Paul is not the guy for you. He's also got really good steal and perimeter defense. He's got good speed, speed, ball acceleration, really good lateral quickness. Like, stats-wise, he's perfect. He's just a little bit small. It is just the fact that there is a guy that does everything that he does for under 10k that is, like, absolutely just streets ahead of most other players. So, at number 5, we are going to put in this guy right here. We are going to go for Aaron Falallo. So if you guys don't know about Aaron Falallo, if you like his release, he's fantastic. If you don't like his release, he's awful. He is 1,500 MT. And the reason why he will be in a 5k list, but he was not released by the time we did our last 5k list. So he is in there at number 5. So I genuinely think that he is a fantastic player. He's 6'5", so he's got decent enough height. He's got a great 3-ball, good driving dunk, good ball handle, good enough sigs. He's got good perimeter defense and steal. He's got decent speed, great lateral quickness, He's got 4 half badges, including half clamps, 44 gold, including range extended, quick first step. The guy's got everything. The one problem with Aaron Falallo, the one problem is that he's got manual release. And it is just, it's slow. It is slow. If you can get used to his release, he could be number 1 on this list. But if you can't get used to his release, he is number 5. Another player that I'm going to put in this guy as an honorable mention before we go on to our like top 4. I forgot, I was meant to say him before Falallo, but I can't remember if I've been talking about this guy on some list, but Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka has a pick and pop shot blocking big, is very, very nice for under 10k MT. I just think that he was I'm pretty confident he was under 5k MT when I made my last list. So I think he was on there with Kemp, if I'm not mistaken, but Serge Ibaka, fantastic, fantastic big man for this price. And probably the best big man there is. So now we are on to number 4. And number 4, we have got Ronnie Brewer, Amethyst. So yeah, you might be thinking Ronnie Brewer is very, very cheap. Ronnie Brewer's Amethyst card is nowhere near as cheap. He's around 7.5k. This card has got everything but range. Like, the one problem with this card is he doesn't have range. If he had range with these badges, if they just added range to him, even if they didn't give him half clamps, if they just added range to this card, he would be on my team. He might even be starting on my team. They gave him literally the same animations as Terry Dishinger. He's got Rudy based on quick. He's got the Curry slide. He's got an elite player build. He's got an 87 3 ball, 85 mid, good driving dunk. He's got a good ball handle. He's got absolutely elite defensive stats, like 85 block, 92 steal, 95 perimeter defense. He's got really nice speed and great lateral quickness of 95. This is one of the most underrated cards in the game. Like, everyone, like, we all know about Jared Jack. A lot of people are talking about Falallo. People have not been talking about how good this Evo Ronnie Brewer is. He is absolutely incredible, lads. He is absolutely incredible. Fantastic card in my team. That's all I'm going to say. Absolutely fantastic. Does everything at a really, really high rate. And the fact that he's number 4 just shows how good these top 3 cards are. At number 3, we have got Jonathan Isaac. Jonathan Isaac Ruby card. I'm way higher on this guy than most people are. Jonathan Isaac Ruby. He's actually dropped so much in price over the last week or so. He was up above like 10, 15k at one stage. Even 2 weeks ago, he was above 10k, but now he's actually under the 5k. But he's at his lowest ever. But what you're getting with this guy here is a 6'11 lockdown defender who's a competent offensive player. He's got basically all the good defensive badges on goals. He's also got catch and shoot, quick first step, which are massive badges, and corner specialist. His release is base 70 on quick. Some people love it, some hate it. I love it, but I fully understand if you hate it. He has got a decent 3 ball. Like, not great, but decent. Good driving dunk of 85. He's an 83 ball handle, with most coaches or goal floor general player. He means he can speed boost. He's got 85, 84, 85, 80. At 6'11, they are really nice defensive stats. He can guard 1 through 5. He's got more than competent speed. He's got good lateral quickness of 87. His player build and his length mean more than anything for this card. And he is a competent offensive player. He's not a great offensive player. He's an elite defensive player, a competent offensive player. But again, at the 5k range or the sub 10k range, this guy is ridiculously good. And for me, a spot in here at number 3 is well deserved. Now we're on to number 2. And this card right here, he went down so much in price. Markelle Fultz. I hope that he is under 10k, because he was under 10k when I did my research like 2 hours ago. And he's above 10k. Okay, this is a little bit embarrassing. Like 2 hours ago when I made my list, he was like 9,900. But let's just say 11k MT, just to get him on this list. Markelle Fultz. This guy has got 37 gold badges. He has got clamps, posterizer, which is showtime. He's got limitless as well. He has got quick first steps, flexible release. He's got Curry base. He has also got 87 mid-range, 91 3 ball, 85 driving dunk. He has got an 84 steal, which is pretty good. He's got good length, good height, and great wingspan. He has got really decent speed and good enough lateral quickness. This guy carried me through so many weeks of limited. He was one of the best. He's the best Ruby card in the game if you just want to score. Actually, he's the second best Ruby card in the game if you just want to score a bunch of points. But man, his release, his dunking, the fact he's got range, he's got good length, he's got everything. He's like a dunking Chris Paul. Ridiculously, ridiculously good card. However, there is a better point guard for under 10k MT. And it's this guy right here. And I did not expect it. There is such a big difference in this Evo. I didn't expect it. I really didn't. I thought, you know what, his Evo is going to be the exact same. Like the Evo is barely an upgrade. Nah, man. Jared Jack Evo is so much better than Jared Jack not Evo. And he's 6,700 Evo'd. Like Jared Jack, 6'3", 96 offense, 91 defense overall. With 4 Hoff badges, catch and shoot, teardropper, giant slayer, slittery, and 44 goals. His goals include like clamps, range, quick first step, interceptor. He's got downhill handles for days, quick first step, tight handles, unpluckable, flexible. He's got everything. Floor general as well. He's got a 92 3 ball, a more than competent dunk of 75. He gets a lot of dunks. Like if he's going to the basket, he will dunk it. He's not going to dunk it on people, but he'll dunk it. He's not quite a Fultz level dunker, but I mean, he's significantly better than Chris Paul. He's also got 94 ball handle, good perimeter defense and steal, elite speed of 94, and 93 lateral quickness. And the big thing with Jared Jack is he's got one of the fastest releases in the game. The guy carries me. If you guys watched my last episode in the No Money Spend series, I was really struggling in the first half of a game. The only reason, I think I was down 3 at halftime. The only reason I wasn't down 20 was because Jared Jack was carrying. Like Jared Jack literally, I'd struggle for a shot, get a little bit open, Jared Jack, green. He play like his 3 hunting ability is crazy. You give him an inch of space, that release is so quick that if you can get it down, it's green every single time. And man, I am telling you, I did not expect it. I thought his Ruby was going to be as good as his Amethyst. Not even close. Not even close. I love his Ruby. And I think his Ruby is comparable to Fultz. I think they're very, very close, but man, his Amethyst is next level. And there's a reason why if you're looking at my best squad, we got Jared Jack on our bench, and Jared Jack carries the bench lineup. Like with Eddie Jones, we got Glenn. We score with Jack a few times. Glenn will get left open. Then Glenn starts hitting. MPJ, I was trying out, but I like him. But yeah, Jared Jack, so good, man. So good. And I'm telling you, his upgrade to an Amethyst is massive. Whether you're buying the Ruby you want to upgrade, Ruby card is good. Don't get me wrong. And you might be saying, what, you should keep him at Ruby for limited. But like, there's a reason why I have Jared Jack sitting here in my auction house, because you better believe if there's a Ruby for limited, if there's Rubies needed for limited, both Ronnie Brewer and Jared Jack are coming in. If it's Sapphires needed for limited, Ronnie Brewer is coming in. And then obviously if I can use Amethysts or I can use Jared Jack normally, I have Jared Jack in my main squad. He is a beast, man. He is a beast. And I'm just saying that set that we got last week is the best. Is one of the best sets we've ever seen for its time. Like, it's probably the best set we've ever seen in like January. Like, we've seen better sets like fan favorites, NBA is back and stuff, but they came at the end of the year. In terms of January sets, that might be the best we've ever seen. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.